MEM School of Engineering, Department of ECE, Linear Integrated Circuits, Unit number 1, Chapter number 4. That is Ideal Operational Amplifier Characteristics. So last class we discussed about basic IC 741 symbols, ICs like that we discussed. So in this class, we are going to see about the characteristics and internal circuit and the characteristics of different characteristics of operational amplifier IC741. So this is the ideal operational amplifier characteristics. That is infinite voltage gain, infinite input resistance, so that almost any signal source can drive it. There is no loading in the processing stage. Zero output resistance, then zero output voltage, infinite bandwidth, infinite common mode rejection ratio, then infinite slow rate. So these are the ideal operational amplifier characteristics. This is the basic important characteristics of the IC741. That is input resistance Ri, that is 2 mega ohm, ideal value infinity, output resistance. So value for IC741 will be 75 ohm. Then ideal value will be 0. So in the different conditions, that is CMRR 90 dB. In the ideal value, it will be infinity. Slew rate will be 0.5 voltage per microsecond. In the real time, in ideal condition, it will be infinity. The remaining 7, 8, 9, 10 will be, in ideal value, will be 0. Okay. But in practical, they have some values 2 millivolt, 150 microvolt by microvolt, 50 nanoampere, 6 nanoampere. So these are the general operational amplifier stages. So that is inverting input and non-inverting input. Okay, we have 4 stages of the operational amplifier. So four stages are all having the differential amplifier. Okay, first one is dual input and balanced output. So second will be a dual input and unbalanced output. Third will be with constant current source. Fourth will be complementary and symmetry circuit. Okay, first level called input stage. Second level will be intermediate stage. Third one will be called level shifting stage. Fourth one will be called output amplifying stage. Okay, these are the 3 stages used in the condition. This is the main internal diagram of the IC741 with the different stages. That is differential input stage, gain input gate stage, and output stage. So this is the circuit. So input stage. In the input differential amplifier stages is P channel JFET, M1 and M2. It is employs a 3 transistor active load formed by the Q3, Q4 and the Q5. Okay, that is R1 distance increase the output distance, say in looking into the collector of Q4 as indicated by the R4. So MOSFETs are used in place of JFETs with additional devices in the circuit to prevent any damage for the gate oxide due to electrostatic discharges. Gain stage. The second stage or the gain stage use Darlington transistor pair formed by Q8 and Q9. It minimizes the loading effect of the input differential amplifier stage. The transistor Q9 provides an additional gain, and the Q8, Q10 act as the active load for this stage. Then output stage, the overall voltage gain will be a protect the voltage gain of the stage, that is a AD, A2 and A3. So this is used class AB complementary push-pull output stage. Q11 is an emitter follower providing a large input resistance for the minimizing load effects on the gain stage. Okay, so these are the answer. So let's see the three stages in a short way. So first one will be a differential amplifier. Second, additional amplifier stages to provide the required voltage gain and a DC level shifting. Third one will be emitter follower or source follower output stage to provide the current gain and a lower output resistance. A low frequency or DC gain of approximately 104 is desired for a general purpose op-amp, and hence the use of active load is preferred in the internal circuit of op-amp. The output voltage is required to be at ground. So when the differential input voltages are zero, and this is necessitates the use of dual polarity supply voltage. Since the output resistance of op-amp is required to be low, a complementary push-pull emitter follower or source follower output stage is implied. Okay, so this is the input and output stages. So already we know that ideal and important characteristics are IC741. So these characteristics values of IC741 will vary with respect to the different manufacturers. Okay, so that is a it will be a small variations in the circuit values. Okay, so next class we will see the DC characteristics and AC characteristics of the operational amplifier. That means so DC characteristics means we are giving input DC value, then we are getting some output. That is variations of the DC inputs will affect the output parameters. That is DC characteristics. So variations of the input. So generally DC called as a voltage current. If you are changing input voltage, what will happen? If you are changing input current, what will happen? So that is related to the DC characteristics. In AC characteristics, if you are change the frequency of the input, that is frequency band will be changed in the input. So what will happen in the output? This is AC uh, characteristics of operational amplifier, because if we are going for a DC characteristics, we know that so what kind of input we will give, that is how much of input we can give through the voltage and current source we will define. So using AC characteristics we can define the bandwidth of the input signal, bandwidth of the input signal for input output, because for example IC741 will define the 10 kilohertz input means if you are not giving above 10 means it will not work. Okay, so we must define the bandwidth of the input. So by using characteristics we can define the bandwidth of the input signal. Okay, okay, thank you. So we'll see you next class.